Alright, so, welcome back everyone. Today we will be finishing Prey because there's really not much left to it.
We're gonna do it, we promise.
Yeah, now there's one mildly unfortunate thing we need to take care of.
Oh?
We never picked up the escape pod card from Alex's room because seriously, where was it?
Yeah,
I mean, technically
we
speaking,
sure didn't.
we need to pick up something for Dr. Igwe because he gives a pretty good chip for it. And that's also in crew quarters, so we could hold off until Igwe gives us the side quest.
Yeah, just for convenience.
Yeah. To be fair, while it's definitely a useful effect, it doesn't do anything because we have so many psi-hypos. Because the effect...
But it's the principle of the thing.
Yeah. With any luck, we'll find the last two pieces of the Starbender cycle or whatever it's called.
Oh, I desperately want to know. I got the prism after I beat Mercy to death.
It's very good. Alright, let's see. So where do we actually need to go to check out the coral? Because we've got to scan the coral.
Exterior.
Yeah, I very much hope. Alright. Oh jeez, where's the closest spacewalk? It's over this way. Oh, hello. What
Goodbye.
I'm assuming the kiosk it's directing me to is actually for the side quest. Of something. I don't know what.
Presumably. We have a lot of side quests tagged.
We're not gonna do them because most of them don't really do anything. Like, what can the game give us at this point? It can give us chipsets, which we don't need because the chipsets give such small effects and we've already got most of the useful ones. They could give us neuromods, which we also don't need because basically the only stuff we can buy is like health upgrades. Which aren't terrible, but they're really not necessary. They can't give us gear because we've already had and recycled pretty much everything in the game multiple times. And like,
yeah, we're kind of at capacity power-wise.
yeah, like we could be a bit tougher. We could upgrade the skills we're never gonna use. Like genuinely, I think the only skills that might be handy are like hacking 4. Because we run into like 3 things in hacking 4 that we need hacking 4 for.
Morgan, Dr. Igwe.
Ah, sister.
Are you approaching the crew facilities? If so, this is a sentimental request, but my collection, the gallery of photos the others used to laugh at. Each picture is a decryption key to a set of neural data, connectomes, the guests who came to the station. Among them, Leitner, the pianist, is dead now. We can't let those skills be lost. It's all that's left of them. Please, Morgan, if you can, I would be grateful. I'm sending you an audio file that will open this safe in my room. You can play it with your transcribe.
Okay.
Morgan,
Wait.
that video was... I'm still checking it against my directives. But if scanning the coral will grant you access to Alex's arming key, then perhaps it's the best course. Perhaps knowing the coral's purpose will reinforce your decision to destroy Talos 1. Just be careful. We're running out of time.
Okay, I will say, my first instinct upon hearing the word Leitner was Jürgen Leitner, yeah? What's his name again?
Yeah, that name has become inextricably linked with the Magnus archives for me.
Yeah, it's...
I think it is Jurgen.
God, electricity's pretty dangerous
Yeah,
out
it
in
is.
space because you can't move to get zapped.
I don't want to alarm you, but there's been a launch from the Argus platform. Board
Yeah,
of Directors
because
is
your
court-weight of the
movement
situation
ability
here.
is tied to your
I suppose
jetpack
it was
thing.
inevitable despite my efforts.
And guess what your jetpack thing is?
That's why it's
Electrical.
important we act quickly,
Gee, I wonder.
They'll try to take this out of our hands, Morgan.
Jeez, there's so many of these things. Where's the coral node I'm trying to scan anyway? Ah. Alright, let's see. Psyshock should actually turn off that thing's... Oh, there's two of them.
Oh, of course.
Right.
Yeah, this game really does just seem to be throwing enemies at you at this point.
It really is.
I've been thinking about the video Alex showed
Jesus,
you.
everyone's calling
Your brother
you.
believes that version of you is the true Morgan. But why?
Yeah, it's
Just
kind of
because it came first?
ridiculous.
If someone had made you, then I suppose your truest self would be the one that fulfills whatever purpose your maker intended. I know who made me.
Oh,
and
come
why.
on.
Did someone make you,
Why are there
Morgan?
frickin'
Were
four
you made for
operators?
something? If not, you'll have to invent your own purpose, or have none at all. Strangely, of all the things I know about you, I don't know what you believe. You have to decide, Morgan. Who are you?
Scan complete. More specimens required.
Thank you, January. Very cool. Who's calling?
Alex.
Jesus Christ.
Launch was on the right track.
Here we go, coral node. Out of all the samples recovered from the Verona 1 site, none have proven as perplexing as the coral. It's unclear at the moment whether this is some sort of new typhon species, or something as simple as waste material from the weavers, but the study is warranted. Yeah, so...
It's a kind of neural
yes,
structure.
as far as we can tell, the coral
Synaptic
itself...
activity up and
I'm
down
not
the
actually
length
sure
of
if
it
Alex
like
is
it's
louder than me.
communicating. Just one more to go. I knew you could handle this. Our father warned me not to stake so much of the company's future on your ideas. I was right to ignore him. We're a good team, Morgan.
We're really not.
No, we're not at all. You didn't tell me anything for 90% of the game, and now at the last possible second, you are giving me the slightest bit of leeway.
Yeah, like you couldn't have had me do this back when the place wasn't so messed up. By the way, I do want to note that, as far as I can tell, this entire game occurs over the course of about 2 days.
Morgan's terrible, no good, very bad weekend.
Like, you've got to remember, the Typhon outbreak happened yesterday. Maybe the day before. We did get knocked out pretty bad. Oh, you're kidding me. Yeah, like yesterday or the day before, because we did get knocked out earlier. So at most, this place has gone
Yeah.
to shit, like, over the course of, what, 3 days? Yes, I'm sure there was some preliminary stuff going
Like,
on.
this situation has escalated intensely over the past few hours.
Yeah.
They're lying to you.
Search complete.
Alright.
Excellent work. All that's
Aha.
left is integrating the data after you upload it. I'd
to tell from just a scan summary, but wait, what is? There's some kind of neural tripwire built into the coral. Christ. Morgan, get back to my office. We have to get your data uploaded now. Hurry.
Yeah, hang on, Alex. We gotta hit crew quarters first.
Yeah, but we gotta go through the Arboretum first and get to...
Skeletal trauma detected. Seek medical attention.
That note was just, oh yeah, you've consumed your bone-hurting juice. Aren't you stupid?
Oof, ouch.
Let's see. Shuttle Bay is the last area we're gonna go to because there's a thing there. Where the frick is the Arboretum? I will say, the text on these markers is not that easy to read.
It's tiny.
It's tiny. Half the time it's on a white background. If there's...
Like, I feel like it would have been helped with just a slight outline around the individual letters.
If there's multiple of them, if there's multiple of these markers close to each other, it really, really doesn't want to switch things.
Ugh.
So what's this whole breach about?
I don't know, but it sure is yelling at you about it.
Yeah. Everything's radioactive, isn't it?
They just slammed cystoid nests everywhere.
It's because they only have like 3 enemies who work in 0G. Board members, like... Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I'm quite tired of this game at this point.
Yeah, like... From what I've heard in reviews and stuff, like the last hour or so of this game is just not fun.
Yeah, we're gonna trigger like the final big thing the game has to throw at us as soon as we, Jesus Christ, where the frick is the entrance again? There it is. Yeah. Yeah, like we're about to enter the final phase of the game as soon as we upload the thing to the Arboretum.
Okay.
At which point we'll be assailed by a new type of operator because the military's here somehow.
Oh, of course. It wouldn't be a sci-fi game if you weren't fighting the military in the final act.
Where's... Ah, there's my phone healing kit. Ah. Gonna be honest, I don't feel like survival mode's really added that much to this game. There's like 3 kinds of med you carry around and that's about it.
Yeah, like, we haven't even really had to deal with the weapon degradation that much.
The issue with the weapon degradation is... Like, here's the thing. The weapon degradation in this game has the exact same issue as, like, the survival meters in Fallout New Vegas. In which the stuff to manage that is stupidly common. Like, Fallout New Vegas is...
Yeah, like, we're playing on hard, and it's just not even
This is the second
an
highest...
issue.
This is the second highest difficulty. There is the nightmare difficulty, but no.
No.
It's got like the BioShock scaling thing of it really just being hardest right at the start when you don't have that many powers or options.
Yeah, because, like, in Bioshock 2, we started coasting by the time we hit endgame.
Yeah, in BioShock Infinite, we also started coasting by the time we hit endgame.
Yeah, but I'm currently in the process of wiping that game from my memory.
Integrated into the fabrication plan for the new null wave device as fast as possible. And be careful. The Typhon will begin to sense our intent to harm the coral. They're gonna come after you. I left something for you on my desk that should help.
Ah, yes, because the Typhon are so threatening.
Like, they don't feel like a threat because we've only died a handful of times for reasons that really weren't related to the Typhon all that much.
Yeah, because, like, most of the times we've died, it's mostly because I just did not use combat focus, or, you know, I got attacked by, like, 4 flaming mimics at the same time. The game's not going to throw 4 flaming mimics at you at the same time that often. God. Right, you know what? I'm going to make a really big brain play before we actually kick off the finale, and also, we're not going to crew quarters. It's not worth a freaking load screen.
Fair enough.
There's an alternate escape route in this game, so we don't actually need Alex's escape card. More specifically, we're going to meet Alex face to face, and he's going to have his key card on him, so we can just kill him then if we really want to. And the thing...
Yeah, I think the load times really hinder this game to the point of it, like, stifling the experience.
Right, okay, we don't have enough neuromods to get everything I want. But we're gonna do something stupid, and it's gonna be great. See, all of that. I'm gonna be honest. Do you think we're gonna use the glue cannon? No,
When was the last time you used it in combat?
not. I really haven't. Either way, we have way too much ammo for it, so I'm just going to take most of it. It's like, the issue with using the glue gun in combat is that it's very slow, and why incapacitate the enemy when you can just annihilate them? Also, we can throw in all these weapon upgrade kits, because none of the pistol upgrades are that good, and I'm not fabricating pistol ammo. There we go. That's a lot of minerals. We now have 22 minerals.
Hell yes.
So, this is the last thing we're going to spend neuromods on. Because theoretically, it'll help.
One can hope.
I mean, it's not going to do much. We can already outrun most enemies anyway. But hey, maybe the stealth... Hey, maybe putting some upgrades into stealth will mean we'll have to deal with it even less. Yeah, we've already maxed our movement.
We sure can. We can run so very fast.
Yeah, I really don't think it's gonna help, especially since we're not getting the final tier, which lets us sprint without making noise. Unless...
God. Unless...
Right. We need 5 neuromods. And, in that case... Right, okay. These buttons are weird. Right, okay. So. Yeah, that works. I don't feel like dealing with this stuff more. Alright, so. We're gonna be a little low on Psi-Hypos, I will admit. Although, to be fair, what's the only power we use from the Psi-Hypos? Literally just... like, again, combat focus is objectively the strongest psychic ability, and it's also one of the cheapest, only being beat out by stuff like frickin' mimicry. Cause like
The
just
balancing in this game is kind of wonky.
yeah, like we can do a cost comparison here. Like Phantom Shift, the short range teleport that gives you a double 10 psi. Sure, whatever. Phantom Genesis 50 psi. Nah. Mayan Jack, okay, that's kind of useful at 20 psi, but again, like yeah, like the cheapest directly damaging skill is Psycho Shock at 25, which hits one enemy and nullifies their psi powers. Whereas Combat Focus gives you 15 seconds. Like, okay, it's a little unfair to compare them, but honestly, Psycho Shock just gives you a little more extra nullification and a little bonus damage. But you can only use it on one enemy every, like, 10-15 seconds. Whereas with Combat Focus 3, you basically get to move it. You get 15 seconds of just free damage on enemies. And you do bonus damage for the duration. And it only costs 20.
Yeah.
Whereas all the other skills are, you get one attack every however many seconds for the cooldown, the recharge, and that's it. Anyway, this tree is
That's
going...
it. Show's over, go home.
Anyway, yeah, I will say, upgrading stealth is going to have literally zero appreciable effect on our survivability, but it's a thought that counts, you know?
We're having fun here.
Yeah,
We
like...
can sprint real fast.
Yeah, like, I genuinely think that achievement that's like, oh yeah, beat the game using nothing but Typhon, with nothing but Typhon upgrades, and then beat the game again with nothing but human upgrades in that order. Pure Typhon sucks, just from, like, looking at it in terms of power. Because if you go pure Typhon, you've got no inventory space, no side pool, no health, no speed, no upgrades, no nothing, really. You've got a couple of, like, what do you
get? Funny little powers.
Yeah, like,
You can't even use.
Yeah, because, like, sure, you can afford to use any given power, no matter what, at 50 psi, but that's it. Like, you've got like 3 or 4 offensive powers that you basically have to all have maxed out in order to do any damage. And you're going to be constantly just going through all your psi hypos because, like, I think the only saving grace of pure Typhon is funnily enough, the absorption skills. Because you're going to be burning through psi points so often, and there's nothing you can do to improve the efficiency of your powers. Because here's the thing, you can use guns, yeah? But you can't... Yeah? But not the upgraded versions of the guns. With full upgrades...
Oh.
Yeah, with full upgrades, the shotgun does 122 damage. Remember, this is...
Jesus Christ.
Remember, this is after the actual weapon skill bonuses. So, unmodified, the shotgun would do 51 damage. But you've also got to take into account the bonus damage off of the gun skill. So, reasonably, it's more like 35 or so damage per shot. You can do like maybe 40 damage a shot if you don't have any upgrades for like guns. Because that's what you're stuck with. Like, you can use guns, but your guns suck. You have barely any inventory space, and that's it. You're basically reliant on Typhon powers late game, and Typhon powers suck. Alright.
Morgan, transfers halted. Something or someone. Shit.
This is Commander Walter Dahl. The TranStar Board of Directors has authorized me to take full command of Talos 1. Effective immediately. All employees must now report to the shuttle bay for evacuation. Those of you unable to comply, transmit an SOS and my team of rescue operators will locate you. One last thing. Alex and Morgan,
This man sounds so evil.
Do not consent to their requests or assist them in any way. Dahl out.
Hello.
Research complete.
Hey, bud.
The NCN-9 Black Box Military Operator is the world's most advanced unmanned multi-role fighter. Armed with a state-of-the-art MAG-directed energy weapon and an Omni navigation system, the military operator is never short on firepower. From assault operations to security detail, the innovative synthetic hyperdynamic neural network ensures the military operator is quick to respond to developing dangerous situations.
Great.
Transbar has been covering their tracks about these. Don't want to look like an arms tech company. They're probably wired into Talos 1 security system. Could track me using station security rosters. Might be a way to get rid of my tracking bracelet. Alright, welcome to the final act.
Ooh.
This is immensely boring, by the way. Just gotta deal with lasers a lot.
Like, now it's just you're being shot at by a different enemy.
Yeah, but they have lasers this time. Isn't that just innovative?
Well locked out.
Isn't this just unique?
He already has his hooks into every major system aboard Talos 1. I have to admit, I'm disappointed with our parents. I knew that they had a contingency in place, but a small foolish part of me believed they wouldn't use him against their own flesh and blood. Regardless, we're not getting this coral data through until we do something about it. I don't like it, but you're gonna have to get into his command shuttle. See if you can locate his access point.
I wish they would have foreshadowed the military coming in a bit sooner than immediately before it happened.
Yeah. Alright, so now I have to get down to the shuttle bay. How do we get to the shuttle bay? God, this station map sucks.
It's not useful.
Here we go. To get to the shuttle bay, we need to go through... It looks like we can access it from the Guts or the Talos 1 lobby somehow.
Huh.
Right, okay, God, did I ever get an area map for the Guts? I don't think I did.
I don't remember.
Right, so what ending do you want to do? Do you want to blow up the station, or do you want to use the null wave transmitter to just turn off the entire building?
Cause like blowing up the station would kill everyone on it, yes?
Yes, but this is also a simulation. I'm not even gonna bother to pretend it isn't. Blowing up the station.
Oh.
Like, I'm gonna be honest, no matter what we do in this game, the game's going to give us one of two options at the end. The only thing that changes is the dialogue of the board of people talking about you leading up to that decision. Funnily enough, you do get special dialogue if you do Doll's side quest. We're not gonna do it because I do not care.
We've reached our limit with this video game, folks.
Yeah, like, it's a neat game. It's a neat game, but it's a little aimless, if that makes any sense. There's no, like, unified...
Yeah.
Yeah, like, the game's not really going in any particular direction towards the end.
Like, the ending feels exactly like the beginning. We're just talking to different people.
Yeah, like... Yeah, there's
Morgan,
technically an
Dahl will know you're
escalation, but
coming.
that's about it.
All TranStar personnel are outfitted with tracking bracelets. I have no doubt his operators are already on their way to rescue you. Those bracelets are issued and removed in deep storage. Worth investigating if you want to fly under the radar.
Literally do not fucking care. Why did you not tell me this before I left the
I
area?
heard the announcement. No, I will not
Yeah,
give
like
you up.
once again,
You were there for
if
me.
they
I
knew
am
that
here for
load
you.
screens were gonna be a
If you
problem,
indulge me, I
then they should have structured the game in a way where you hit the least load screens
Get us
possible.
off Talos 1
That one.
without any more bloodshed.
Oh, the nightmare's here.
Because all this all this
Literally fuck off.
backtracking through like 30 seconds of load screens really starts to build up.
Yeah, also, game, fuck off for putting the nightmare literally right in front of the elevator and not telling me about it. Like, genuinely? You know that chipset that gives us, that lets us live, that lets us not die one time? It
Yeah.
triggered. We would have
Oh,
died
Jesus.
literally before we could react stepping out of the elevator if I didn't have the undeath immunity thing.
Yeah, I also think they should work on the night. They should have worked on how the nightmare spawns, because it just gets in awkward places and it's inconvenient in a bad way.
As far as I can tell, it just spawns in. Like, there's no warning or anything. The game just tells you, oh yeah, it's here now. Like, maybe it'll give a scream to show it it's here. To be fair, after you've encountered it, like, the second time, the game tells you how to get rid of it forever. And after you get rid of it, you can bring it back if you want to. But, like, genuinely, if you don't get ambushed by the nightmare, it's really not a threat at our power.
I know many of you are fighting, angry. Perhaps.
Oh yeah, we are getting ripped to shreds here.
Haven't. But I've never.
Alright, do we have coagulating gel on us? Because that would be nice. We have one. Oh, and because we're getting... Oh, right, and because we're getting shot by bullets, we're gonna start bleeding again. Ugh. To be fair...
Oh, of course.
To be fair, it's the turrets that have the bullets on them, so... As long as we don't run in front of turrets again, we'll be fine. Oh, we need hacking 4 to actually hack military operators. That's fine.
The one use for hacking 4.
I'm gonna be honest, the most annoying thing about these guys is just the fact that they eat so much suit durability. And that's it.
You are running around like a nervous rat.
Like, if they didn't eat so much suit durability, they literally wouldn't be a threat. It's more annoying than anything else.
Just get away.
So how do I get up to that guy?
Myself in being prepared
I'm
for the
assuming
worst.
I need to...
This is truly a masterpiece.
Asshole. Now we're bleeding out again.
Like, God, there's just so many enemies.
Where is it? I hope it glitched into something and can't. Let's see. Yeah, alright.
God.
Man. Like, I'm gonna be honest, we've made good use of the Typhon powers, technically. But if we but mostly the only thing we've used the most effective thing the Typhon powers have given for us is like the resistance skills. And you know what? The only useful Typhon skill we've actually used is mimicry.
But I never intended to harm any of you.
Yeah.
None of the other skills.
Like, the Phantom skill is fun and all, but they weren't, I wouldn't call them vital.
Yeah, especially since friendly phantoms are still phantoms and therefore awful.
Liabilities to the company now. Doll, I'm sure you can hear me. I don't know what the board told you, but you're out of your depth.
Like, if I got in Machine Mind, we'd be able to have some fun with this,
Lord,
because Machine
at
Mind
least help us hold
would let me
the
hack
title.
those guys,
We're on the verge.
but you know, still don't care enough.
Your brother, he likes
I will be
a
honest,
microphone,
maybe trashing all of our supplies for frickin' Stealth 3 was a dumb idea.
even though he's hiding.
Because Stealth 3,
Maybe, but we've made our decision.
Nervous rat.
we have made our decision,
I hear
yes.
you, chewing the
Like,
wires
legitimately,
and
the
shitting
biggest
the
threat
walls.
here are the
Are you
turrets.
trying to fix the mess you've made? Or just
Yeah.
get away?
Because the turrets can
I
bleed you
pride
out.
myself in being prepared for the worst, but This is truly
Right.
a
Employer
masterpiece.
insurance. We need
You should be proud.
Doll, I'm sure you were saying something very evil, and we're all very proud of you. Your mama's special little boy. I literally just want to get into here. And I also don't want to get shot, because you start bleeding out after 2 bullets. Which I think is frankly a little aggressive.
God. It's annoying.
Resuming. Warning, suit integrity damaged.
Like, legitimately. Like, what do these things even do? The lasers don't even do that much damage, they just drain your suit durability. Which is more annoying than anything else. Alright.
They're just there to chip away at you until you die.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, I ate that. Whoops. You know what? Yeah, that works. Again, time to use the one useful move power. There. I could have used the Hunter's Bolt Caster too.
N-CN. Black box.
Nerf for nothing strikes again.
Yeah. Okay, to be fair, in order to get into here, we needed hacking too. But I'm gonna be honest, again, it's like, the resistance skills are nice to have, but at this point the turrets are being used against you, so, meh. Utilities.
Yeah.
This is the Right, well we now have the area map. So this is the security station. Right, okay. We need... Here we go. Shuttle control.
Dr. Yu? Morgan? Oh man, thank God. I've just been going down the contact list hoping somebody would answer. I'm in trauma center. I came up here to look for supplies. I think I broke my arm when that blackout happened. Now I'm trapped. Aliens outside the door. I could really use some help, man.
Okay, I'm gonna say 2 things. First off, fuck off. Second off, if you've got a really good memory, if you've got a really good memory, you'll remember that the corpse on the operating table in the trauma center is in fact Luther Glass. This is a trap.
Ah. So we've got another imposter.
Yeah, it's just a big room full of assholes, and that's it.
God.
Hello.
Operator deployment resuming.
Yeah. Alright. Let's see, one of these rooms has gotta let me into his place. Why is this one open? Oh, hello.
For fun.
Take that. Sci-Hypo. Another DFA. Why would I want another DFA? The DFA suck. For anyone who doesn't remember, the DFA is the chipset that lets you jump on enemies to deal damage. Which is
You get the
vital.
Mario ground pound.
Which I assure you is vital. God, we weren't terrible on this game yesterday. We were a little tired of it, but this time we just came in swinging, huh?
It's just... It's giving you busy work now.
This game
Like, I think this game probably would have benefited from being, like, 2 hours shorter.
Yeah, this game outstays its welcome, and that's about it, really. Okay, so... God, how am I supposed to get into the command shuttle, then? Because I thought I would need to lower it, and I suppose I still could if I found a thing. But, you know. Alright, let's pop a save here, because... Fun fact! Military operators spawn indefinitely. Because they've hacked the standard operator dispensers. Where the frick is the shotgun? So I really wish that the distinction between gun 1 and gun 2 was more obvious sometimes. Because you tell me to pick out a particular gun from these very gray things. Sure, they're all distinct images, but they just blend in super well. Super easily.
Ugh.
Alright. So let's see. I've got to open the door here. Yeah, this is definitely the intended. It's definitely the intended way to do that.
Yeah, this is great. They meant for you to do it like this.
Gotta get to his tech officer, too. Because he's locked in the cargo hold or something. Why do I need to find his tech officer? Oh, hey. Mission parameters.
For fun.
Commander Dole, this is William Yu, acting chairman of the TranStar Board of Directors.
I will need your credentials to authorize this mission.
Of course. My authentication sign is Zeta Invictus Emperor Tangerine.
Sign checks out. Good morning, Director Yu. Shuttle is hot and holding orbit. Awaiting mission parameters.
You must secure every piece of Cobalt clearance level technology and research aboard Talos 1. Then eliminate all TranStar personnel.
All personnel.
No survivors.
It's your show. And their funeral.
Payment will be deposited into 6 separate Benelux accounts. After you transmit evidence of success.
I leave my operator feeds on. Just keep watching.
We strongly advise deploying your technical officer to a station router inside the firewalls first. Ideal site would be in the Neuromod division.
Yes, I've seen the schematics, Mr. Yu. Goodbye.
You will destroy this transmission after.
He did not destroy the transmission. Right, well, who wants to go through 2 load screens?
Once again, the world's most hostile work environment.
Who wants to go through 2 distinct load screens?
God, it's like this point of the game, like the load screens were an issue before, but they were kind of a manageable issue because you weren't doing that much backtracking. But now you're going on a whirlwind tour of Talos 1. Oh.
Yeah, like, I don't care how good your game is. If you know load times are going to be an issue, do whatever's in your power to reduce load times. Even if it's just putting stuff close to each other so you don't have to go through a screen. Like,
because like this must have been a present issue throughout the game's development. I refuse to believe they overlooked it. They just left it in.
I mean, they could have just done it exclusively on the computer version and then just ported everything over to console last minute.
Yeah.
Because you have to remember, there was... I'm trying to think. Wasn't there an issue with some, like, Right, there's an issue with Fallout 4 VR, where the game's resolution was really low, unless you had, like, a 4K monitor, because they exclusively used 4K monitors to do all the testing, and didn't notice the resolution bug.
Oh my god.
It's the exact same issue
It's
here.
like that problem where you test a game to make sure it works as intended, but you're not testing to see if, like, if you don't exactly do it at once, like, if it still works. God, come on, guys.
But you'll have to come out of the walls, Rat. Life support. The clock is ticking.
Alright. Okay, we've got 15 minutes until Walter Dahl turns off the oxygen. Do we want to go save everyone on the station and also shoot Dahl in the face? Or do we want to just get this game done with?
Let's do this one, at least.
Sure, this seems moral.
Just because I
Morgan,
do care about some of the people on the ship.
there's nothing I can do from
I
here,
mean,
and none of
to
the
be
doors
fair,
are
Mikhaila's
responding.
not even there.
Atmosphere controls are in
Also,
life support.
fuck off,
Yeah,
buddy.
but you know.
Life
Do it
support.
quick,
Jesus, come on,
or this is
guys.
the last time we'll be talking.
I'm annoyed they didn't give you, like, a shortcut button to use the specialty drugs.
It would be nice.
Miss Elazar is right to be alarmed, though her assessment is mistaken. Dahl is manipulating the oxygen and nitrogen mixture, with nitrogen flooding it.
Right? This sounds important-ish.
The atmosphere. Anyone in the cargo bay will asphyxiate far more quickly than had he simply cut the oxygen. I suspect they'd already be dead if Dahl weren't trying to use them to manipulate you.
Well, that means nothing.
Thank you, January.
Like, I guess... Neat.
God, we're so tired of this video game.
What January just did wasn't, actually...
Actually, he isn't actually cutting the oxygen. He's actually messing with the oxygen-nitrogen mixture, so actually they'll die much faster.
Yeah, like, they did not need to have someone say that. I guess it preempts
It's
people.
unnecessary.
I guess it's to preempt people complaining about the science of this, but
It's like, it's specifically a throwaway line to prevent, like, video game cinema sins from coming in here.
they put their own actually in the game to preempt like 6 dudes making actually statements. Right. Let's see. Where is Dahl? No, I'm just gonna pop a quick save here because I don't remember where this jerk is. Oh, here we go.
You just really want to kill me.
It's both actually.
To do my job.
Also, good thing I noticed our shotgun's broken.
God, that would have been tragic.
You're so dangerous, buddy. This is literally the most broken
You feel
skill in the
so
entire
threatened.
game. Literally the most busted skill in the entire game. Because yes, it's got a long cooldown or whatever. But you know. Let's see.
Suit integrity damaged.
Oh, hi. Where is the objective marker for this area again? Oh, it's over there. Right. Can't go in through there. How do I get into there again?
There's a hatch up there, but I don't know if you can reach it.
It's so effective, I accidentally ran past the door.
What's the situation, Cargo
God, I really should have just bought hacking 4. Oh, well, let's see. Oh, yeah, that hatch.
Yeah, that hatch.
Well, what's probably gonna happen is, here we go.
I would like to dedicate more processing power to it.
I got stuck on something, by the way.
You can't stand to be beaten.
What the fuck killed you?
Oh, I got stuck on something, and like 2 separate operators lasered me up the ass.
Jesus.
Yeah, fun fact, that last chance, that chipset that ensures you don't die if you take a fatal hit, Doesn't work if you take 1,600 fatal hits at once. Look how fucking ridiculous it is.
Yeah, it's so much all the time.
All the time, all the time. Oh,
Casper,
I read you.
what's the situation in
God,
Cargo
this
Bay?
Holding. Small group of survivors still present. Oxygen nearly depleted. Consciousness only terribly.
Good. See how our friend Morgan responds. Have you been able to put a tap on Morgan's transcribe?
Negative. The encryption is trivial, but another user's employing countermeasures.
Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pop a quick save right here, so we don't have to deal with this
You
too
can't
much.
stand to be beat.
You're going to... Right! Once your suit durability runs out, those guys do significantly more damage. That's why I died so fast before.
Current allocations. Is it valid?
The second I crouch, I actually
Come on!
slide off the thing. This game is a fucking dick like that. Also, the shot.
I am begging this video game to give us a fucking break.
Operator.
Improbable. There are none like
Right, I'm actually just gonna kill all the military operators.
Fair. Fair and valid.
I wouldn't need to, except the glue cannon freaking sucks because the platforms hate me. Oh, right, I need to repair the shotgun too. Hope you like this noise because you're gonna be hearing it for a minute. Yes, I have more effective weapons. No, fuck off.
Like, is it too much for a little restraint, devs?
Yes. Like,
God damn it.
the jump in damage you take the second your suit bottoms out is fucking ridiculous.
It's,
Like, watch how quickly my health starts draining once I get through my suit. It's ridiculous. This is the one reason for you to have actually fully upgraded the stun gun. We're actually going to run out of these suits because we're actually going to run out of suit kits for once. It's not like they're super threatening unless they gang up on you, because they're still just operators. But I just didn't want to deal with them because I don't care about this game enough. Alright. Alright, that should be all of them. So now we just have to negotiate this thing. Could have just avoided.
please.
What am I getting stuck on in here? 'Cause I'm stuck on something
I
here.
don't know.
Oh my god. Can I just teleport through this using frickin' Phantom Shift? No.
I hope so.
No, unfortunately I can't. Give me
Can
a
you
second.
use mimicry?
I can... Mimicry should work because it'll make me smaller, but this is still stupid. The hitboxes in this game are nothing short of fantastical.
What was that?
Because that was... The reason I died that first time is because of that. Alright. Buddy, I'm gonna make you do the Macarena, and then I'm going to kill you. Hello. Hello, Mr. Fuckface.
Hey, bud.
What in fuck is your health? I'm assuming it's just because the shotgun's freaking weird if you point blank headshot people.
Without Dahl, we have no chance of getting off the station. We're trapped here.
Oh, right. Igwe had a thing where I could, like... Did Igwe even call us?
He did. We weren't paying attention.
No, I don't care. Igwe sucks. Can I just... Oh, there we go. Alright, Igwe doesn't like us anymore because I killed him instead of... Oh, whatever. We're done here. We're leaving.
Morgan, the air's flowing again.
I'm so sorry,
I can
Dr.
breathe.
Igwe, that I saved everyone's fucking
And I hope this
lives.
means Dad
Surely one of the
can't.
people
Thank
on this
you.
station would be
A
able
little
to
longer
pilot
and-
the shuttle bay.
Never mind. Elazar out.
Yeah, like it's... There's so many people alive because of us. There's no way that no one else knows how to get out of here.
It's not like this man has actively tried... It's not like this man is literally gonna kill everyone on the station. What were you gonna do, huh? Like, I guess I could have zapped him and that would have satisfied Igwe. Because we did have the stun gun, but I don't care. God, I'm so sorry,
It's
everyone.
just... We're so close to being done.
I'm so sorry, everyone. I want to have like a nice, lighthearted ending to this, but no.
Just not feeling it.
This final act is just...
It's busy work. It's all busy work and running through load screens while a million enemies try to rip you apart. I would love for this game to get like a remaster a few years down the line where they fix up the final act and tighten the load times.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, we're definitely not going to be doing Dishonored for a while, because Dishonored is better than this game, but this game just left a bad taste in my mouth. Alright.
That's fair.
So now we get... Who the frick was calling us? Thanks, game, very classy. His stealth skills definitely came in handy. Like, there's nothing I can do about getting spotted coming out of that door. You're not even allowed to crouch in the elevator for some reason. Like, I genuinely don't get why the elevator's the one room in the entire facility where you're not allowed to have your weapons out. Like, the only time you're allowed to have weapons out in the elevator is that one time a phantom shows up in there. And that phantom doesn't even exist, so, like... Eh. How come there aren't more Russian characters in this game?
I mean, I think there's a couple.
Yeah, but like... the entirety of the Talos 1 station is literally built around the Verona 1, which is a Soviet satellite. The game keeps telling us about how the Soviet Union and Russia, but like... They did so much nonsense, and there aren't even like more than like 3 Russian characters.
I guess because finding Russian voice actors is hard.
What in the fresh fuck did I just walk into? Right?
A nightmare!
We're out of suit repair kits by... Why are they attacking a technopath? Isn't it like the technopath's one thing that it shouldn't be attacked by this?
Probably.
It sounds weird because I have a concussion. This is the last of my brain pills. I better not get another concussion. Thankfully, I don't even have to walk by those guys because we opened the doorway over here. Back to... Oh, you fucks! You put a turret in here.
God.
Fuck off. You put a... I regret turning on survival mode explicitly just for the bleed status because it's so annoying. Oh, if you get shot by bullets, you start bleeding out. Fuck you. We're out of suit repair kits now. Why am I...
Fun game!
Affirmative. Resuming.
Can't sprint anymore because I broke my phone.
This is Casper. Morgan, you sighted.
There, we're done. We're leaving. I literally can't sprint anymore because I don't have a bone healing
Doors are
kit.
working again, Morgan. Nice work. I'm taking what's left of my crew to the atmosphere controls and life support. We're going to clear out those ship camp operators and make sure
So we're
there
just
are
gonna
no
have to
more
hobble at
mishaps with the
incredibly
air
high
this
speeds.
time.
God, where's the nearest medical
Populated his
operator?
entire
I remember.
crew with customized operators. He made the mistake of hanging his hopes on a machine. Flesh and blood is messy, Morgan, but it's the only thing that matters in the end.
Alex, you shut the fuck up.
The upload just kicked in. Meet me in the operator room.
Alex, I am shooting you in the face, and I am leaving, and that is it. I'm not dealing with this place anymore.
I'm taking my ball and I'm going home.
I hope you've got your escape pod key on you, because I'm frickin' leaving, and that's it. We're not even gonna get one at the end. We're just leaving. Our funny fun mimic friend isn't up there anymore.
Hello. Nice.
You,
Oh, boo.
heal my bleeding hemorrhage.
Requesting new operator. Transfer suit integrity damaged.
You heal me because the other guy's glitched.
Trauma. We should deal with that immediately.
Alright.
Relax. All done. Please fill out a patient experience.
God, this is so dumb, this place.
Let us out!
Right. All we need to do is go find Alex up at the Arboretum, which means another load screen, and also we gotta run past all the psychic jerks again. Woo.
God, this section has so much fucking backtracking.
There's so many enemies and I don't care about any of them. Because, like, the only guy we needed to get rid of was the tech officer, but we... And I guess if I'd remembered where the tech officer was, I would have been able to just go to him and kill him and been done with it. But no, we had to go to the shuttle bay, and then we had to go to life support. And then Igwe bailed on us because we killed the annoying military man who would have killed us. I guess I could have
Igwe
tased
threw
him.
his little tantrum.
Yeah. Alright. Well, time to get reamed again because I don't have combat focus up. Yeah, combat focus is on cooldown again, and the cooldown's not ridiculous, but it's long enough that I'm not gonna bother. If we get a concussion, it just means that the stream quality's gonna suffer. That's it. Also, we're out of patch kits, so... How about we just wait, actually? I don't want to deal with 2 telepaths at once. We're out of suit patch kits, too, so any damage to that from now on is permanent until we get to a fabricator in the Arboretum. Because I'm not going to the one in the lobby.
This has just been a war of attrition.
It's a war of attrition. But I have magic powers. And look, it auto-disabled... We can take damage in here, but it auto-disabled combat focus because we can't use combat anything in the elevator. Why?
But we can get hit.
We can get hit, yes. But we cannot use anything in... But we cannot pull up the quick menu or use any combat stuff in the elevator.
Attention. Station leadership has issued an alert. All
I'm honestly amazed these guys are still here after I hacked them.
And await further instructions.
They're just vibing.
It's because they never changed this particular room, which is honestly a little surprising.
I guess somewhere along the line they learned it was rude to have enemies attack you when you're getting off the elevator.
What are you talking about? The lobby's right there.
God.
Like, this game is neat and cool and interesting, except for the end.
It fumbled the ending so hard.
Like, I can forgive balance issues. There is an appeal in becoming completely overpowered. Although, yes, the enemy respawns are still stupid because, honestly, there's a fixed amount of resources on the entire station. Because loot doesn't respawn.
Yeah, I feel like if enemies respawned, it should be on like specific story triggers, not load screens.
Yeah. Because like you gotta remember, the only Typhon type that actually drops unique stuff other than Typhon organs are phantoms. That's it. Oh my god, are you kidding? Okay, good. There's no one in here. Cool. Why are they broken? I don't know, and I don't
Like,
care.
it never really feels like you're making any progress in beating back the Typhon because they just keep coming.
Yeah.
And conversely, at the end of the game, it doesn't really feel like things have gone to hell because it's just the same as it always has been.
Like, oh yeah, there's a few more enemies, but like, they don't even break out any special enemy types for the end game.
Yeah. Like, the only special enemy types you have are the military operators, which suck.
Yeah, because they're not threatening, they're just annoying, because all they really do is drain your suit durability. Oh, great.
They're just there to eat resources.
Yeah. Why do they have a clearance thing? Oh, great. Typhon's coming in. We need so many patch kits, too, because none of the upgrades we get actually increase the patch kit efficiency. We'll get one more. We're pretty low on synthetics. How are we doing in terms of shotgun shells? We could probably use a few more. Yeah, where's the shotgun shells? There they are.
It was on the other page. Oh, never mind. I think that was like a shotgun.
Yeah. Let's see. What else do we want? We could get... Let's pick up some brain pills, because we do actually need something for status effects. Also, how come we've gotten, like... The game's given us, like, 8 separate dermaweb recipes, but not a singular coagulating gel recipe.
Cause fuck you, that's why.
Burns aren't even that common. Need more medkits too. Right, well that's all our synthetic material, unless we want to throw away the 100 volt caster.
No, not our Nerf gun.
Yeah, like we only ever found the recipes for 2 of the special status items. But we certainly found it. But we certainly found the special. But we certainly found one of them like 16 times over. It's great. Alright, time to sprint up to the Arboretum so I can shoot Alex in the face. Alright.
Good afternoon, Talos. Security reminder. Sticky notes, even well-hidden ones, are not a secure means of storing your workstation password.
Wait, is he? Oh, here he is. Alex, you better have a good read.
Alex, my man.
I promised you my arming key. All I ask is you hear me out first.
Do we want to listen to him or do we want to just kill him?
God, I guess let's listen to
blow
him.
Talos One to pieces if that's what you think is best. I don't think you'll do it. I know. Because I used to think we couldn't be trusted to play with fire without burning the house down. But you convinced me. You showed me anything was possible, even if the price was steep. That part of you is still in there. We can make history, Morgan. Not those leeches on the TranStar board of directors, not Mom and Dad. You and I. Just like we planned. We got the data to confirm what you suspected. And Carl is broadcasting a neural signal. A secret message reaching to the stars. What I want to know is what is the message? And who is listening to it? I think you know. Ever since we first tested the Typhon neuromods, you've known. This fabrication plan is for the null-wave device prototype you conceived. It will hijack the coral signal and use it to deliver a massive shock to every Typhon organism at once. Take it.
Out of curiosity, did we never test any of the Typhon neuromods on anyone other than Morgan Yu?
Apparently not.
Okay, what? Morgan!
Well.
Alright, we can no longer use the space pods, I think.
Honestly, why didn't they lead with this instead of having the stupid military guy waste your time for 5 minutes?
Hi, buddy. Alright, let's see. Army key.
We're in life support now.
Transcribe.
It's all clear. Air's normal across the board.
Army key.
I
Neuromod.
lost some good people
Sheriff's
fighting
family
the black
photo,
boxes.
don't care.
And
Do you
Don
seriously
was
not
killed.
have your own escape pod
If you see
card
him
on
before
you?
I do, make him pay.
It does not.
Lazar out.
Alex, I want you to be aware as I beat you to death, and then beat you to death again.
So while we were out here doing all the fucking work, Alec was just hiding in his safe room.
Hey, Lane. This is Gus down in cargo. Hey, listen, did you order any reployers from Earth?
Order any what?
Reployer. It's a machine.
Machine. What does it do?
Well, I'm not sure. I was hoping that you could tell me.
Wait, is this some kind of a joke? I'm busy.
You're an industrial designer, right? So I thought you would know.
You obviously don't understand what I do, and I didn't order any deployer.
Redeployer.
Ask somebody in engineering.
I did. I've been asking everyone. No one ordered it or knows anything about it.
Weird. Well, perhaps...
That creature is still trying to consume the station, and I've picked up multiple hull breaches. I believe in you, Morgan. Make this count.
Right.
Thank you, Mikhaila.
Morgan, thank you for what you did. You could have left me to
What
die.
does that mean, stasis?
It's more important than ever now that we finish this the right way. Take care of the null-wave device. I'll head for the bridge as soon as I catch my breath.
I'm assuming they're in stasis specifically because they can't operate in microgravity.
Probably.
Alright, where are we going? I know there's a reactor console down there. The only reason we saved Alex is literally so I can beat him to death and then beat him to death again. We're going to the bridge. Maybe he'll show up somewhere. I want him to be aware as I beat him to death. And then we're going to bring him back to Phantom so I can beat it to death again. And then I'm going to recycle the Phantom.
The perfect revenge.
I want literally the most overkill, over-the-top, brutal way to beat this man up. And unfortunately, we don't really have any fun options for killing stuff. We have gun, we have fireball, we have psychic attacks, and we have recycling.
Yeah.
We don't really have fun options. So I guess we're going to take option 8, the wrench. The unupgraded wrench.
Truly the best weapon.
What was the reactor concept the game was talking about? Oh well. Let's see, that's the escape
I have no
pods.
idea.
Was there even a reason to come to the bridge at this point? I don't think there was a reason.
I don't know. I don't know where we're going.
Nah, I just wanted to check stuff. I guess there wasn't a reason to come here yet. He did mention wanting to go to the bridge, but, you know.
He's still catching his breath.
Yeah. So let's see. What is our current objective? Fabricate the prototype null-wave device, or access the self-destruct consoles in the power plant. Right. Okay. The bridge is here, specifically. I think we'll come back to him on the command deck, or something, who knows. Let me go rig up the arming keys. Let me go fabricate the null-wave device. Load screens, everyone! Yeah. Right, yes, that's two loads. That's 2 load screens we definitely didn't need to do. I wish this game was better about presenting what you're supposed to do, because, like, honestly.
It tells you, but sometimes characters will say things, and they mean for you to do something completely different.
Yeah, and sometimes characters won't say things at all. Or 16 characters will chime in, and you'll have no idea which one you're supposed to be talking to.
8 people call you back to back, and you don't know which one's the critical path.
Dr. Igwe left because I didn't realize he wanted me to knock out the man instead of kill him. Because he was just,
Igwe's throwing a tantrum.
he just blended in with, like, the 6 other calls I'd gotten at that point.
Yeah, like, the game should have staggered the calls out.
They couldn't. I was moving too fast. I ran into all the distinct triggers at once or something. I don't know. What on earth is this reactor console game that's telling me to go? Wait, no, it's just telling me to go down to life support.
Of course.
There's no light in here, so I'm a little lost right now. It turns out having your gravity turned off is somewhat disorienting. Seriously, since when was there a looking glass thing here? Probably since the entire time, to be honest.
Maybe we just didn't notice.
We definitely just didn't notice, but yeah. At least this is sort of neat. We literally never came around to this side of Alex's place because this side of Alex's place sucks and nothing's over here. I will admit this is a pretty thing. Although I'm not very happy. Why are the Super Titan eel tendrils not honestly that dangerous? They barely do anything compared to the military operators. They just obscure your vision.
Like, God, everything, all the new enemies here just do chip damage to annoy you.
Yeah. Alright, we've only got 2 more suit repair kits again. Remember when I trashed like 10 suit repair kits because we barely take any suit damage ever?
Yep. That's what we call irony.
Yeah, like honestly, who came up with that? Who decided that in the last act of the game they'd suddenly introduce an enemy type who does one specific thing that has literally never shown up before this point? Because, like, you are never in danger of running out of suit integrity until this part of the game.
Like, I understand wanting to up damage and, like, effects, status effects, but just making everything suddenly damage your suit when, like, nothing had before is not how you do it.
God, I get they wanted to have this entire space be like seamless, and that's why there's no fast travel or anything. But they definitely could have made they definitely could have just designed the lift to work better. They could have just had the lift be a fast travel thing because that's what it already is.
Yeah.
The only difference is,
like, honestly, there's no reason for the lift itself to be a discrete elevator. You could have just traveled and implied there's a lift there.
Yeah, because nothing ever happens in the lift.
You had one hallucination of a phantom.
I had one hallucination of a phantom that probably ate some bullets. Again, there's no reason the elevator had to be like one singular thing that's part of the lobby. Because it means if you want to get into, say, if you want to get to life support or the Arboretum, because let's be honest, you're not gonna go to the lobby for any reason outside of maybe doing those 2 guys' side quests.
Yeah, because past the early stages, you've cleared out the lobby well and good.
Once you have entered the guts, there's no reason to go back to the lobby other than to use the lift. Like, yeah, once you enter once you go through Psychotronics, the lobby, there's no point to the lobby anymore. Because you've probably picked it clean already, and the lobby only connects, like, the Neuromod division and the hardware labs.
Areas that we tackled so long ago, I can barely remember them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you need to do I guess they're how you get to the shuttle bays, too. Unless you want to take the guts, which apparently lets you go to anywhere on the station.
But it's the guts.
Yeah, like, your central hub is the lobby. Sort of, because there's no point to having a central hub. But then, after that, your central hub becomes the Arboretum. Because the definition of a central hub is, it connects a bunch of areas, and also, like, yeah, the literal definition of the central hub in this game is, it connects a bunch of different areas together, and there's a fabricator and disassembler right next to each other. And that's it. Welcome back to the power plants. What was that? 3 load screens? 3 load screens.
Yep.
Because the game tells...
Once again, if you know load screens are going to be a problem, you should structure your game so the player doesn't run into them that often.
Even if we made the null wave transmitter, we'd still have to do 3 load screens because the null wave transmitter gets planted in psychotronics.
God.
Okay, no, that's only 2 load screens, but still. We're blowing up the station because I don't care about this hypothetical universe. Everyone can die. We're having a real tired gamer moment here.
Yeah. Like, the vibes on this stream have just been off because the game has taken its toll.
This game doesn't know how to keep up a good
If the idea
pace.
hasn't occurred to you, I'm sure it will eventually. Don't do it. I can't predict what would happen if you scan the apex, but all my models point to suffering.
Hey Ash, can you look up if it's possible to scan the apex?
Apex?
Yeah. I think the coolant chamber's still full of death gas too, so that's fun.
You can, but you don't get anything.
Are you kidding me? Seriously?
And it hurts you.
I'm sorry. How does it hurt you?
When trying to scan the apex, despite January advising against it, Morgan's health is reduced to 1, their psi is drained completely, and it instills fear, but no scan research is cataloged.
Your game, fuck off. Like guns. Oh great, we have the hemorrhage status effect again, because the Technopath had guns on him. So how do I get into these? Where in the shit are the key receptacles? Is there like a thing that opened up when I hit the button? Oh, I guess it's through here. Ow.
Ouch. Oof, ouch, my bones.
Alright, insert key, activate key, insert key, activate key.
Adrenaline. And another dose of Morgan's cell lights. Do it.
Good work. The reactor's
So now we have to
primed
head
and
back to the
capable of
bridge.
delivering close to 30 megatons. More than enough. I'll meet you on the bridge for the last part. Hurry, Morgan. There won't be anything left to detonate if we're too late.
Now I think about it, because we have regeneration, is Bleed even doing anything to us anymore? Because Bleed's thing is it deals periodic damage.
I think you're...
And Regeneration's thing is whenever you take damage,
Yeah.
you can restore up to 10 of that. 25 if you get the level 2.
Like, you're getting hit, but then I think you're healing at least part of that hit.
So really, Bleed is just this... So at this point, Bleed is just this stupid JPEG they have on the screen.
We got some hot JPEG action going on.
It doesn't even deserve to be hot JPEG
I
action.
didn't see you there. again, Dr. Yu. Diagnosing.
Bud, are you gonna heal us?
Yeah. Alright, well let's just go back to the bridge. You know, I think it's genuinely faster to do a spacewalk.
Are we allowed to spacewalk right now?
No, there's a giant skyscraper-sized Typhon blocking the spacewalks.
Gas detected. Please evacuate and avoid all
Alright,
open
let's
flames
get out
or
of here.
sparks until repairs can be
What's the
made.
easiest way to get out of here? Remember, this area is full of death gas, so if we try
Warning. Dangerous level of
so
explosive
it is
gas
possible to
detected.
just die horribly.
Please evacuate and avoid all open flames or sparks.
I think that's the canon ending.
Oh
The
yeah.
repairs can be
That's
made.
literally it. There we go, lift field. I know I got it for some reason.
Warning. Dangerous level of explosive gas detected.
There it is.
Please
That's the single most
evacuate and avoid all
most
open
useful
flames
Typhon
or
power
sparks.
after Mimic.
Yeah, like all the useful Typhon powers are the mobility ones.
And there's 2 of them. I guess technically speaking, Phantom Shift would have been useful if I bothered using it at all, because it would have made decoys and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest, it wouldn't have helped that much. But yeah, look, that was like 3 neuromods well spent. Liftfield's thing is, I think it's supposed to like incapacitate. It's supposed to like lock down grounded enemies and hold them in the air so you can just shoot them. But you can just shoot them regularly. And also 15 feet is a ridiculous amount of height. Holy shit.
God.
The field's not even that useful for anything else because it only lets you go up 1 floor. So outside of like 3 rooms, it doesn't do anything. It's only useful because it's faster and easier than the glue cannon, especially since the glue cannon seems to be really janky right now. Cause like the glue like the glue cannon worked perfectly before, right at the start of the game. But it feels like every time I've tried to use the glue cannon in the last like 4 hours of this game, it just hasn't worked. I've had to struggle with the game so much.
Something happened that made it get all sorts of jank.
Yeah, it's called this game. I made brain. Oh right, I should probably
It's
have
collapsing as we play it.
Right. Have the brain pills because it's gonna fuzz up the screen otherwise. You know, technically we could still put the null wave transmitter device on the Verona 1. But, nah. That's more load screens, and also I'd have to go to a fabricator.
Like, at this point, we're just over it.
We're going to kill Alex, and then we're gonna kill him again, and then we're gonna kill him again. God, I'm tempted to literally time out. I'm tempted to go back after the stream's done and literally time out the loading screens. Because I swear, this last stream has been more loading screen than gameplay.
Yeah, these load screens have to have added, like, at least... God, several minutes worth.
God, I can't wait for the final review from you, because, hoo boy.
I'm formulating it in my head. I'm writing it as we speak.
I never thought I'd welcome that sound. You did it, Morgan. Now comes the fireworks. I do not know be enough, but I think they will.
Thank you, Mikhaila.
See, our girlfriend says this is a good idea.
Yeah, and you know what? I trust Mikhaila.
I think the last time this game was good was right when we met Mikhaila.
Yeah. Because, like, that was close to the end of last stream, and we've just kind of spiraled from there.
Yep. I wonder how expensive a glue gun actually is in terms of the real world economy.
Too much.
I do love how they give you an actual explanation for why your weapons have such awful durability, by the way. Which is because literally all of your stuff in this game is 3D printed from the fabricators. And the game specifically says 3D printed stuff isn't as good as literally actually built stuff.
You know what? Fair enough.
Which I think is a little funny, but, you know.
Microgravity detected.
Morgan, I had to restrain Igwe several times by punching him.
Girl boss
Who knows?
moments.
I may have killed him. He tried to disable January. If you try to do the same, I can't let you do it. This station is proof of what happens when TranStar conducts operations unchecked. If the research survives, then the crimes here will continue, and these aliens, if even one survives, they'll escape again and again. Alex made his choice. Now, it is up to you to make the right one. If you want to trigger the null wave, you'll have to come through me. Everything go well?
Eventually.
Oh, don't worry,
Two
Mikhaila.
assholes from the sales team chose that exact moment to stand under the alarm bell and smoke cigars.
So it's off Talos. My clients are eager.
Yeah, just made the last shipment. Should be Earthside by morning, Pacific time.
Good. I'll be leaving another package for you after tomorrow's shift.
Drop site?
The lobby. Assuming it works.
Of course it works. 3 taps of the wrench. That'll pop it open. All of them will work that way by tomorrow.
You're adorable when you get proud of your gadgets.
Patronize me, Lily.
Apparently missed Lily Morris's corpse earlier.
Apparently so, but it's far too late now.
Why would I go on a scavenger hunt around all of Talos stations? Like, genuinely, why would you ever subject yourself
Yeah,
to
why
that?
would you ever want to do that?
Like, I guess you could do it on the way, because after you... Because you can start that side quest from the from when you enter the Arboretum. And the game sends you to pretty much every area in the entire station anyway.
Yeah, that was probably meant to be like a game-long side quest that we just missed.
Like, once you get to the Arboretum, you've basically got half the game done, because at that point, you probably gotta start speeding up, even if there's more of the game left to do. Cause, like... stuff starts happening so fast after you enter deep storage. I think that's, like, the proper halfway point.
Yeah, you're right.
Of course I'm
Because
right.
after deep storage is just like plot point after plot point after plot point.
Yeah. Like, oh, you entered deep storage? Good luck, fucko. None of the doors work anymore. Alright. Where are you? Alright. This is the final usage. This is for all the marbles.
Morgan.
Morgan?
I don't care.
Morgan, everything is ready. Now that the keys are armed, the order to execute is given from Captain Mark's terminal. I'm not able to execute. That responsibility is yours.
Where's Mikhaila, by the way? Because she said if I wanted to do the thing, I'd have to go through her.
Come on, game.
Game, you had one job. This was your final opportunity. Of course you missed.
What the fuck are you doing?
Of course you missed your chance to blow. Alright. So, before we finish off before we do this and blow up the entire station, we got one last thing to do. This is entirely unnecessary, and it probably hurts us way more than anything else. Because of course we got an ether expansion because the expansion is toxic like that. We beat him to death,
to cause us harm.
and then we beat him to death again. Let's go.
Warning, reactor detonation.
So, real question, do you want to actually escape the station? I guess it's faster than waiting around for it.
All except one.
All it changes is whether or not we actually die or not on the station.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go through load screens, but I think it's faster than just waiting the entire 8 minutes for the station to explode.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot.
I mean, it's meant to give you enough time to get back down to the shuttle bay.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't think there's a button to let you just immediately blow up the station, as fun as that would be. God, it is too bad we missed the escape pod key. That'd save us like 5 minutes of load screen.
God, yeah. It is unfortunate that the time we were in crew quarters, we just completely missed it, apparently.
Yeah, but it's not worth the time. It wasn't worth the time and effort to go get it at any points.
Yeah.
They really could have come up with like more images for the load screens.
Microgravity detected.
Yeah, like if you're gonna put us through like 30 seconds of load screens, you better make them interesting.
Reactor detonation
Give me a fucking mini game on the load screen, I don't care.
I'm still so mad that some dude freaking copyrighted the ability to put games in your load screens.
It's fucked up.
Because literally, there's like one game in existence that put what was it, Space Invaders? I think it was Space Invaders as a thing. What on earth is that?
God.
What is this objective? Is that inactive? Okay. What is that then? Oh, please don't tell me.
Who knows?
Warning, reactor detonation imminent. Please evacuate
There has
Talos 1.
gotta be a... Oh, whatever. It's very annoying of them to put that electrical thing there. I think
It's just a hindrance.
You know, I'm honestly surprised we haven't gotten a message saying to evacuate the station yet. I guess that means we must have missed something during the endgame setup, but who cares?
Warning, reactor
Who
detonation
cares?
imminent.
Please don't tell me.
Maybe that was
Talos 1.
Igwe's thing.
You know, I just realized I probably could have just sat down on the chair and that would have skipped it. So I guess we're gonna do that instead, because I'm not waiting the whole 6 minutes for this. It feels like a load screen again. Excuse me for the game having incredibly vague and terrible directions. Like, why do I still have 2 side quests I can do?
Yeah, like at this point the side quests should all be cleared out. It should be like, you do not have the time for this anymore.
Yeah, but I have 2 side quests still, for no reason. But I swear, someone should have called us already telling us to evacuate. It's very odd.
God, maybe we broke a trigger for it.
No, we probably did. Maybe it's because I killed Alex. No, if we'd let January and Alex talk, January would have knocked out Alex anyway. Sorry, January, I'm back. I had to go. I wanted to go touch grass for the last time.
Take a walk.
Imminent. Please
Morgan, you
evacuate
didn't touch
Talos
grass.
1.
Also, the game didn't flag the chair to me. You have to point specifically at
No,
the
it didn't.
Yeah. Like, okay. As many gripes as we have, this is a really cool looking shot.
Yeah, this game knows how to design areas.
I get this isn't the kind of game that would have a boss
Warning,
fight,
reactor detonation imminent. Please
but
evacuate
I feel like it was a
Talos
missed
1.
opportunity that it wasn't a boss fight.
Morgan, what? До свидания.
That's a frame rate.
Oof. Poorly optimized to the end, eh?
Fun fact, no matter what ending you go for, Morgan will say, I keep having this dream. And also, I swear, what is wrong with this game? It should not... I've beaten the game before. Why did that have such a bad frame rate? Are you kidding me? One last load screen, for old time's sake.
Come on. God. Optimize your video game, okay? I don't want to be mean. I know game design is hard. This is unacceptable.
Like, I swear, is there something wrong with my PlayStation? Because I swear, we have had so many cursed and fucked up things happen in all the games we've played on this thing. I mean, it is decently old, and I never cleaned the dust out of the ports. Who knows, maybe it's a roach motel. I've had it since frickin' Uncharted 4 released. I know, because it's a special Uncharted 4 one. I got it when I graduated from middle school.
It's finished. How did it do?
Activation of the mirror neurons is promising. Empathy quotient shows to be exceptionally high.
It probably thinks it was dreaming, and nothing mattered.
You're assuming it thinks like us.
Its life depends on it. Ours too. It all comes down to the choices it made.
It saved me from the cargo container. I would have suffocated otherwise. It installed multiple Typhon-based neuromods. It could mean an instinctive return to its own kind. Or an attempt to integrate its dual natures.
Or maybe I just want to be a cop.
Mikhaila.
I would have died without my medication. That wasn't easy. That says a lot, I think, about its heart.
It was quite easy.
Can I say that it has a heart? Then...
Mikhaila, it was the easiest thing in the world. The hardest part was the load screen.
Would you let it live?
Ingram!
Yeah. We never saw him again.
Yes.
Sarah, you're next.
Alright,
The
that's one vote for
situation in the
living.
cargo bay was bad. None of us would have survived without its help. And it
Actually, now that I
destroyed
think
a
about
large
it,
number of
would they
Typhon across the
execute you if you
station.
did enough bad
That has
things?
to be a good sign. further is Fortidor's attempt to use us as hostages.
Maybe.
If it were one
Also,
of my officers,
eliminate a large number of
I would give it a
Typhon. What the fuck
commendation.
else are you supposed to do? It's not like the Typhon are
Danielle,
gonna sing
what do you
Kumbaya
say?
with ya.
It found me. It didn't need to, but it did. By then, it had already stopped Volunteer 37. Hard to say why. A lot of humans controlled by the Typhon ended up dead. Not that it was easy to avoid, but
What are you
I think
talking
it's worth
about?
the risk.
I saved like
Alex, it killed you.
3 people
Back
died
then,
when they were mind
I would have
controlled.
done the same thing to me.
In the end, it chose to destroy Talos 1. Why?
What do you mean a lot
To
of people
protect
who
her,
were controlled
we
by the
can't really
Typhon
know what
died?
its
We
motives
saved
were
like
for
most
anything
of
it
them.
did.
But we had to make a choice.
Yeah, like a couple of them died, but
can't
that was
hear
mainly
us,
because
can't
they
you?
caught on to us before we could.
Here,
Like, what?
I
3
wanna show
people
you
died,
something.
tops.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we would have had to save literally everyone to change that dialogue then. Maybe we could have let the one guy die.
Probably.
what you experienced was a reconstruction based on Morgan's memories. This is the world today. We spent years trying to put what you can do into us. We never tried putting what we can do into you. Until now.
You've got to remember,
You're the
Project
bridge
Cobalt
between our
is only
species.
mentioned like a couple audio logs
I
in
need to know if
Psychotronics,
you
and that
see
was
us.
forever ago.
I mean, really see us.
Yeah.
Take my hand if you do.
It.
Alright, Ash, final choice.
God, take Alex's hand. Fuck. God. God.
Please.
Take his hand.
Oh my.
If you desperately want to kill them.
I'm gonna be honest, if we take his hand, it just goes flesh colored, and he says just like old times. But I don't think there were any old times. I think this is what Morgan you would have done. You son of a fucking bitch.
Why have us make moral choices the entire game if you can undo it with the final choice? Like, there's no reason.
We killed 2 humans.
God, come on!
We killed 2 humans, and both of them were objectively bad by the game's metrics. We rescued 17.
Also, can I say, it was all a simulation ending? I'm not gonna say it's inherently a bad ending, because it can work, and it has worked in games that I enjoy. But in a game like this, it's such a slap in the face.
Yeah. Well, that was Prey, everyone. Wait, no, I'm not closing it off.
That
Never
was
mind.
Prey.
Ash, final thoughts on this game.
I think this game had a strong opening. I think it came out swinging and I loved it. I think it like my love tempered a bit through the middle, but I still generally enjoyed it. I think this game would be so much better if they cut like an hour or 2 off, because so much of this last stream has felt like padding. I think the load times are unacceptable if they're gonna make you do a whirlwind tour of Talos 1. Like, no. No.
Yeah, like
I
genuinely.
think they fumbled the ending so bad.
Because genuinely, the only challenging parts of this entire stream, the Typhon are not a threat at this point. You can just run past them. And what you can't run past, you can run past in slow time. Genuinely, the only threats were the operators, and that's because there's 16 million of them. I was ignoring them, and also that one maintenance hatch was the final boss. The final boss of this game was that one maintenance hatch to get to Dahl. Because that maintenance hatch was broken, and its physics were janked, and I could not crawl through it. My biggest regret of this game my biggest regret of this game was putting those points into stealth instead of buying Hacking 4 to skip the final boss. My second biggest regret is grabbing all those Typhon powers, because honestly, getting shot by turrets is literally the worst thing in the entire game if you have survival mode on.
The turrets were the biggest threat.
It's not even that the turrets were a threat, it's just the fact that the hemorrhage status effect is stupid. Because, like, I'm gonna take this a step further. Survival mode is incredibly tacked on and pointless. It doesn't give you...
Yeah, because it didn't even become a challenge until the end of the game.
Yeah. Survival mode didn't add anything to the game, because everything that was challenging, because everything survival mode does is all those little status effects you got and the weapon durability. And the only reason those statuses are a problem is because the game is incredibly inconsistent about giving you the recipes and the medicine to undo the status effects. Because I think over the course of the entire game, I found maybe 3 coagulating gels. I found like 10 of the plans to make the dermaweb stuff, which is for burn trauma. I found, like, the game gives you so many recipes for the burn trauma, and I found 1 recipe for the concussion stuff. And then that's it. You just gotta scavenge everything else. Because, like, we did not 100% this game, but we went over a lot of the entire place.
Yeah, we covered most of Talos 1, I feel.
Like, we didn't properly explore, like, the last couple areas, because the last couple areas suck. But genuinely, there just was not, like, survival mode is just tacked on because everything it does is just annoying and it doesn't really affect the game that much.
I think this game could have used a lot more fine-tuning. Like, it needed more time in the oven.
Yeah, and barring that, it could have used a bit of garnish because this game has been out for 4 years and they never fixed some of these issues. They released the whole...
Yeah, and, like, they're never going to fix it.
They released a whole freaking roguelike DLC with Moon Crash. They have a now defunct multiplayer thing. But no patches for really simple stuff like... Oh, I don't know. The maintenance hatch in one of, like, the most critical side quests in the game not working. The glue like, the glue blobs just being impossible to climb on after a certain point. Because, like, we've probably spent at least a solid half hour of this game wrestling with the glue blobs, trying to climb on them.
Yeah, because all the little things add up, because there's things that you do way too often for it to be an issue.
Because the game presents you with these incredibly versatile tools, like the glue... Like, talking about that, the glue cannon and the Hunter's crossbow bolts are supposed to be the most versatile tools in the game. Glue cannon letting you incapacitate enemies, but more importantly, letting you climb walls by making little platforms on them. And, like, genuinely, outside of the shotgun, the best weapon in the game is the Hunter's Bolt Caster. Because the Hunter's Bolt Caster lets open, like, 3 doors and just not spend ammo on cystoids. And also, they really could have come up with something better with at least one more enemy type for zero-G environments other than wacky wahoo suicide bombers.
Yeah, like, because a zero-G environment can be so much fun to design for, but they just had to pick the most annoying archetype.
Yeah. And, like, they didn't have a single enemy that was exclusive to microgravity, like, at all. Because every enemy that shows up in microgravity also shows up in regular gravity. Up to and including the apex tendril things that were in some of the areas. Because the apex tendril things were in the reactor room.
Yeah, they were. We just avoided them.
Yeah. I think my final gripe about the game is that if you don't have the repair skill and you don't fix the electrical junctions in the Arboretum, you're going to have the worst time in the world getting past them.
Because they just kept bumping you around.
Yeah, they keep... Because those bump you around and they turn off your ability to move. Like, yes, yes, I do realize I could have accelerated past them, I think. Not really. You can accelerate past them, you could teleport past them, you could fix the thing, or you could just glue up the junction boxes with a glue cannon. But genuinely, if I was playing the game by myself, if I was doing, like, say, a pure Typhon run, because, again, the game has an achievement for doing a pure Typhon run and a pure human run, then I probably would have gotten rid of the glue cannon, just considering how awful it was to climb stuff, because you have so little inventory space. And, yeah. Alright, this game, strong start, came in swinging, it then proceeded to brain itself in the head.
Like, good endings, I think, are highly important to the longevity of your franchise, and this game bungled it so hard.
Yeah, because, God, BioShock Infinite, even BioShock Infinite, the base game, had a good enough ending that people just completely ignored and looked past all the other flaws of the game. Like, there are people who...
Yeah, like, BioShock Infinite's ending is strong as hell.
It's strong as hell, unless you're already done with... Like, here's the thing. Even considering how weak the gameplay of the finale for Infinite is, because, let's be honest, the final hours of gameplay for Infinite are the ghost boss fight, which sucks, the stealth section, which sucks, the assault on the airship, which, alright, that's alright, and then the defense segment, which is just bad, because who likes defense segments? But, like, it's just... Not better example, actually. It's not quite the same thing, but BioShock 1, the Would You Kindly scene.
The entire rest of the game is carried on the goodwill of the Would You Kindly scene.
Like, the Would You Kindly scene is so much stronger than the BioShock Infinite's execution scene. Because the Would You Kindly scene is built up to and developed properly over the course of the game. And more importantly, it's so strong that it makes you forget about everything you do after the scene. Unlike BioShock Infinite.
Yeah,
yeah.
For anyone who hasn't played BioShock 1 in a while, and is like, no, that game was great all the way through, try to remember what you did after Andrew Ryan's big scene. Because I guarantee you've forgotten it. Because the Would You Kindly scene hits so hard that it completely overtakes any bad experience.
Yeah, and unlike BioShock Infinite's ending, the Would You Kindly scene doesn't have anything you can nitpick.
Yeah, it's solid all around.
And genuinely, the only nitpicks for the Would You Kindly scene are that Andrew Ryan can use the rejuvenation boosts that resurrect you. Can, but doesn't. And the only other issue with the Would You Kindly scene is that the game doesn't end there.
Yeah, pretty much.
yes, you would have missed out on the incredibly saccharine ending of Jack raising all his little girls. But honestly,
it would have been way stronger thematically.
Yeah, because again, the Would You Kindly scene is supposed to hammer home that you as the player have no agency in this narrative. Because again, there's no reason Fontaine doesn't just kill you using Would You Kindly during that scene. Other than the fact that the game needed to go on and have its happy ending.
The game needed to have you fight Fontaine in a big dumb boss fight.
Okay, well, as much as I'd love to sing Bioshock 1's praises and talk about an alternative ending, we have gotten a little off topic from this. So, final review for Prey. Solid start, mediocre middle, awful ending. Excruciating ending.
Like, God, and the fact that it's all revealed to be a simulation at the end is just the game's final trick of wasting your time.
What else have we learned today? I'm incredibly bloodthirsty when I'm done with this.
Like, this game blew through all the goodwill we had built up in the course of, like, 2 hours.
Like, genuinely, what was the vibe at the end of last stream? We were a little tired, but we were going to see it through. We were a little tired, but it was still solid, if a little tedious. Like, we came into this stream, and we came into the stream with a decent amount of energy, and then immediately just nosedived to nothing.
Like, legitimately, if this game ever gets a remake, cut all of that military interlude. It's all filler. Complete and utter padding. I don't care.
Yeah. Alright, well, that's...
You could have started with the Apex arriving, and you would have lost nothing.
You could have had a boss fight against the Apex, and it would have gone better than the entire ending. And this is not a game for boss fights.
God.
Well, anyway, that's The Legend of Mikhaila, Morgan's Awakening.
At least Mikhaila was our friend to the end.
Yeah, until we blew up the operator of consciousness was placed inside of. Although, to be fair, at that point we weren't Morgan anymore. We were the Typhon who had been given empathy via dubious experimentation.
By a question mark.
During that ending scene where he killed everyone, we were no longer Mikhaila's girlfriend. We were one of Mikhaila's experiments.
Ugh.
Not even Mikhaila's experiment, we were Alex's experiment.
Alex continues to waste our time to the end.
Alright, that was Prey, everyone. We'll have something better for you next week. Hopefully. Goodbye.
Wahoo!